need 3 pieces of wood that you find in your garage. You will need a screwdriver that you're going to use to screw in the 4 screws that you will need. They are quite long screws. You will then need 3 curtain hooks from your curtains. You will then need 2 curtain hooks, different types of curtain hooks from the previous. You will then need an item that you're going to lift and a piece of material that you're going to use to cover the item that you're lifting to help protect it and lift it. You will then need a piece of wire that you will bend, as well as a piece of rope. Step 1, you will take your longest piece of wood and 2 screws. You will then start screwing until they are completely through the wood. Once the points have started coming through, you will then take your second longest piece of wood and put it by the screws that are coming out like this, and then you will screw the screws completely through so that the second piece of wood is now attached to your longest piece of wood. Now that you have screwed your screws in completely to the 2 pieces of wood and have attached them completely, you will now move on to the next step, where we will take the 3rd piece of wood, which is your smallest piece of wood, and now attach it to here to have the arm of the whole pulley system. Our next step is we will take our 2 remaining screws and push them in like we did in the previous step. We will then take our last remaining piece of wood and attach it like we did in the previous step, like this. We will then take the screws and screw them in completely so that this last piece of wood is now attached at the top of the second piece of wood. Mm-hmm. And you will continue screwing until it is completely in. Okay. Now that your screws are completely in, you will have an arm that you will now start doing your pulley system on. Yeah. The next step is we will use the curtain hooks to place into the pieces of wood where the rope will now be placed. So I will show you now how we place them. They are sharp points so they easily go into the wood. You just turn them tight so that that it doesn't fall out. And then we'll attach 2 hooks over here. Also very tight. Now you will take your piece of rope and attach it to the first curtain hook next to the arm. You will take the curtain hook, which we will be using as our pulley. We will face it down so that the small ring is at the bottom, and we will take the rope and put it at the bottom of the pulley wheel. We will now take the second curtain ring, which is now our pulley, and we'll take the ring and place it through the curtain hook, and we will take our rope and place it above the pulley. We will then attach it to the last curtain hook. Now we have how our pulley system will look. Now we will attach our load. So we will release the piece of rope and lower our pulley system. We will take the piece of metal and we will attach it to the pulley. We will then take our load and our piece of material, and we will slowly hook in each corner of the material. And once we have done that, our pulley system should work as follows. You pull it and the load lifts. You release it and the load falls down.